Hello, my name is John Maxted. I'm the lab manager for the City of West Palm Beach. I want to take 5 minutes today to go over, give you a little background on the differences between bottled water and tap water. And I want to thank you actually for logging in and looking at this video because you've already shown an interest in water. And the more people are informed and knowledgeable about their water, the better, more likely we all are to make good decisions. So a little background on the water that you drink in the City of West Palm Beach. There are 100,000 residents in the City of West Palm Beach. Your water is treated at the water treatment plant, which is located at Banyan Boulevard and Australian Avenue. The water comes from Clear Lake and Lake Mangonia and the catchment surrounding that, the Grassy Waters Preserve to the west. We have 95% of drinking water in Florida comes from groundwater, except for West Palm Beach and a couple of other small utilities. We have Henry Flagler to thank for that. He's the one that purchased the entire catchment over 100 years ago. And so we have the opportunity to get that surface water to use it as a source water for the water plant. The most important part of the quality of any drinking water that you drink is determined by the source water that's used to produce the water. And because we have a high quality source water to begin with from Grassy Waters Preserve and these two lakes, we've got a high quality product that we produce out the end of the treatment plant. So we're very fortunate, and we have Henry Flagler to thank for that. There are 4 areas I want to talk about today. One is the regulatory differences between the two sources, between bottled and tap water, the exposure to chemicals between bottled and tap water, the environmental impact, and the cost. So first on the regulatory side, the Food and Drug Administration regulates the water that goes into this bottle. They're required to test this water that goes into the bottle before it goes in the bottle at the plant once every 6 months. At the tap, this water is tested every day at the water plant, and we're required to report to the Department of Health, different agency now, the Department of Health, the quality of that water every day, and we sample the water in your neighborhood, in the distribution system in your neighborhood once a week. So a much higher level of analysis of tap water versus bottled water. The exposure part, plastic bottles have plastic in them, and that chemical in the plastic can leach into the bottle. You don't know the quality of that. You open the bottle, and that was tested maybe 6 months ago. You don't know where that bottle's been. It's been in a heated truck. It's been in a warehouse. It's sat in your garage. All that heating of the water and the plastic can leach these chemicals into the water, and then you're drinking it. But you don't know what you're drinking because it was tested before it was put in the bottle. So that's the environmental side of it from a contaminant standpoint. The environmental impact is, we all know how plastic bottles get in the environment. We see them all the time. Some of them are recycled, most of them are not. So if you figure, if you drank 8 bottles of water a day, and there's 100,000 people, that's 800,000 people in the City of West Palm Beach that could be drinking and disposing of 800,000 plastic bottles. You could eliminate that environmental impact by just using tap water. The other part is the carbon footprint. Water weighs a lot, and it's heavy, and it costs a lot to move it around. The fuel for the trucks, the fuel for your car to go pick it up at the grocery store. So that carbon footprint is essentially eliminated because when you turn the tap on, you're getting water, directly to your glass without any energy at all being expended for what it costs to put it in the bottle and move it around. So the carbon footprint's much less with tap water as compared to bottled water. The last part is cost. Water in the City of West Palm Beach costs you $2.42 per 748 gallons. And you're going to compare that to the cost of a bottle of water from Publix at 25 cents for a 16-ounce bottle, which would be 2 of these. So the difference between those two, I did the math, is 625 times more. This water is 625 times more than if I filled these 2 bottles up with tap water. That's assuming 25 cents a bottle for a 1 bottle of 2 of these. If you then buy a $1.25 bottle from a gas station or from a convenience store, it's in the thousands. The cost is thousands of times more than the cost of tap water. So you're spending a whole lot of money on something you really don't need to spend money on. So what can you do to minimize your carbon footprint, minimize your impact, and improve the quality of the water that you drink? One is to buy a PBA-free bottle. This is the plastic that's in here. They've taken that type of plastic out of this bottle, and they're available. Most stores have these bottles, PBA-free. Bisphenol A is the chemical, and that's free from this bottle. You can also use an aluminum bottle, eliminate that exposure. So that's the first thing is, just buy in the morning, fill up your bottle, and you've got a liter of water for half a day or whatever. No carbon footprint impact, and no plastic bottles in the environment. The second is the only reason you really need to filter your water is for a coffee pot. Coffee pots will deteriorate longer if they use regular tap water, because the regular tap water has elements, natural elements in the water that can damage the elements in the coffee pot. So we just keep a Brita. This is a Brita. You buy whatever you want. Filter the water. Take the elements out, and use that in your coffee pot. That's really the only reason you need to use filtered water in your house. If you don't like the taste of chlorine, and some people have commented about that, all you need to do is take a pitcher. It doesn't have to be this kind of pitcher, any pitcher, and stick it in the fridge. And in a day or so, the chlorine will be dissipated. Leave the cap off of the bottle, of the pitcher, and in a day or so, the chlorine will be gone. You can drink it and not taste the chlorine. So that's it. I want to thank you for your interest in water, and hope that this information is useful for you as you go forward to make your decision about whether you use bottled water or tap water. Thank you.